Hello, my name is Max Bruno, and I almost didn't record this week because I misplaced the tie that I usually wear, and for whatever reason that just left me with a profound, debilitating feeling of loss that I could not overcome for several days. But that's not what this series is about. This series is an exercise in political awareness, in which I read Donald Trump's Crippled America, How to Make America Great Again, verbatim and without judgment. So without further ado, I think I'd like to continue my reading with the first part of the third chapter, Good Walls Make Good Neighbors. When I announced my candidacy, I spoke for almost an hour, covering just about every challenge that we're facing. But the subject that got the most attention was my focus on our immigration policy. I was pretty tough on illegal immigrants, and a lot of people didn't like that. But that got a lot of attention, and I like that. I said that many countries are dumping their worst people on our border, and that it has to stop. Sure, the Statue of Liberty says, quote, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses," unquote. But the Statue of Liberty was a gift from France. Since when do we take our marching orders from those cowardly losers? What I said only makes common sense. The bad people are coming from places other than just Mexico, believe it or not. The Middle East is trying to dump tens of thousands of refugees on us. It's got to stop. This country is not a landfill for the rest of the world's people garbage. And that's what these Mexicans and Syrian refugees are. People garbage. I've said it before, I will build a great wall. And nobody builds walls better than me. When you think Great Wall, the first thing that comes to your mind is Trump. That's just common knowledge. This will be a premium wall, not some cheap Chinese trash, and Mexico will pay for it. Mark my words. And what if Mexico refuses to pay, you may be thinking? They won't. People do what I tell them to do. That's just how the world works. When Trump tells you to do something, you do it. Mexico will pay for our wall. End of discussion. Drop it. Another thing I want to be made perfectly clear, I am not against immigration. My mother immigrated to this country from Scotland in 1918 and married my father, Fred Christ Trump, whose parents had come here from Germany in 1885. My parents were two of the best people who ever lived. And it was millions of people like them who made this country so wonderful and so successful. I love immigration, but only when the right people do it, for the right reasons. When people like my parents, good people from Scotland and Germany and England and Scandinavia, came to this country, it was to improve it. Those people took this squandered land of pointy tents and feathered hats and turned it into a premium superpower with luxury buildings and some actual respect in the world. So, I love immigration. What I don't love is the immigration of illegal people garbage. The flood of people garbage coming across our borders has become a dangerous problem. It's not like before, because this people garbage comes from places like Mexico and Syria and the Ebola-saturated continent of Africa. And they're not coming to build up a savage wasteland of animal worship and nudity, but rather to disseminate rape and terror and general loserness. Even worse, we have no way of tracking just how much people garbage has already accumulated within our borders. I understand that there are some people from Mexico and other countries that aren't people garbage. Take my Mexican friend, Tito, for example. He came here to capitalize on America's promise, to make a better life for himself and his family, and look at him now, the Mexican friend of the most successful businessman in America. If that's not the American dream, I don't know what is. The price we're paying for illegal immigration is enormous. It has to stop. The first thing we need to do is secure our southern border and we need to do it now. People say, you can't do it. How do you build a wall across the whole border? Believe me, it can be done. Nobody can build a wall like me. I will build a great wall on our southern border because I can do that. There are people who say it can't be done, but I say it can be done. Listen to what I say. It can be done, and I will do it, and it will work. Walls work. It wouldn't even be that difficult. Construction of the wall needs to start as soon as possible, and Mexico has to pay for it. Do you hear me, Mexico? One way or another, you're going to pay. The wall will be a good start, but by itself it won't be enough. We've been trying to get this problem under control for more than 75 years. We've tried a lot of different solutions. One of the solutions that did show some promise was President Eisenhower's attempt to deal with illegal immigration on our southern border. Operation Wetback. Operation Wetback was very successful, despite its terrible name. As part of Operation Wetback, special immigration teams were created to quickly process and deport people garbage. I want to bring back something like Operation Wetback, but of course not with a terrible name like that. Operation Wetback does not represent the quality of my operation, which will deal with people garbage from all around the globe, not just Mexico. Nobody does an operation like me, and my operation comes with a name fitting of its scope and quality. Operation Winback. Operation Winback has many steps and layers, which I will explain in this chapter, and those who claim I don't have a workable immigration policy will be proven wrong. Still, the goal is simple. Operation Winback is my plan to win America back from the people garbage stinking up our premium country. That concludes my reading for today. I'll finish up with chapter 3 and talk a little bit more about Operation Winback in the next reading. If you'd like to continue this conversation, please leave a comment below this video, share it, or tweet at me at Max H. Bruno. And remember, as you're going about in this political process, the truth, it's our greatest weapon.